Hey guys, how's it going? It's Flux here. Welcome back to Rhinestone Island. It's been a little while since the last episode. I do apologize for that. I was under the weather for a little while, but I have been working pretty diligently on this whole build here, kind of just on and off camera. Well, actually, a lot of it was on camera. You may have seen a little time lapse there, but quite a bit of it was off camera. So mostly just like small things, infrastructure fixes, and then of course quite a bit of scenery, which you probably did see in that time lapse there. So, you know, putting down some nice trees, some rocks, trying to kind of go with this theme here, just like tropical, you know, the rocks and the foliage, and try not to overdo it with the trees this time. So I tried to have, you know, little areas that have nice little patches of bushes and rocks and things, not all just, you know, forest like I usually seem to do. So trying to stay away from that, but as you can see, I've kind of expanded off in a few different directions here. We've, of course, I just filled up this whole area over here. It's not really actually anything special yet. Pretty much just zoning so I could kind of maintain the demand and fix the RCI while I was working. But other than that, we did lots of, you know, little detail things. I threw in some cool rocks and some flowers and all that stuff over here. I did that again over on this side. I kind of finished off the detailing for all these sunken highways and stuff like that. So I tried to do lots of stuff that I would usually do for time lapses or off camera anyway, and tried to leave a lot of the stuff that I would do on camera for when I wasn't feeling so sick. So now, and the one thing that I did find the solution to, and this is kind of interesting. So last episode I left off, and I told you guys that I was kind of frustrated. This whole cargo situation wasn't really working out. They weren't taking this cargo train route, and I actually figured out why this was happening. So basically, the way that freight and cargo in general works in this game, and you might not know this, but is when there's demand for cargo anywhere in the city, then the nearest location of the fastest route via like truck or train or freight, whatever, that route will be taken to deliver that cargo to that location. So in this situation, basically, because the train literally follows the highway, and the train is this extra step of going in here, then stopping and having like an extra distribution thing going on underground over here to get this stuff to work. It really wasn't any faster. In fact, it was slower than having trucks just go straight in and into the city. So if any of you guys have been playing on this map and having the same problem as I am, that is why. It's because it's faster currently for the trucks just to go on the highway than it is to have a train go down there and manage it that way. So the solution to this, well, one thing what you could do is you could just have this highway turn into like a I don't know, like a 6-lane, and have like a big downtown area, and basically just create a slower route via the highway, just because you have, you know, big main cities in the way or something like that, or you have like the highway maybe do some swirls or whatever you want to do. But if you're able to make the train route faster, then you will come out through the train and use the cargo stuff like this, and that works just fine. But I found kind of a better solution, at least for now. I'm going to do something similar to that. I'm going to probably have this area broken into some sort of downtown area over on this side later on in the series. But what I found really useful is I decided just to create a new little cargo hub down this way, and you may have seen this in the time lapse, but I used the brand new cargo hub here, which actually allows the cargo to come straight from here on this little boat route that comes out way over this way, and then be directly translated over to the tracks over here. So you'll see this thing's going to make a little cargo train over here. Let me just, well, we'll just wait for it, I guess. This will make a little cargo train, and this little cargo train has a direct route that'll take it over this way. Let's see if it leaves here in a minute once this thing does this little... There we go. This one goes down here, underground, and then comes out over on this side right here. I wonder if I can actually see this if we go underground real quick. It's a little bit difficult to see because of all these crazy networks and things going on here, but comes around through here, comes down this way, and then immediately comes out of this little freight shipping area, and then we have all the distribution going on over here. I also have a way where they can come out as trucks over here, and also from this one on this side, which is being used right now. But both of these are going to be going over this way, and then they actually meet up with this little location here, but beyond that they go over, and they actually have a direct line all the way across, so down here, around, through the tunnel over here, and then they have a direct route to either go this way or this way. So I'm going to have a connection, actually. I think, does this split? Hang on a minute. getting a little lost with my own work here. Oh, this is a return route. Okay. So this actually has a direct route that's going to go straight across the highway and then go directly to this part of town. So that's what this is going to be for. This one is going to have more of a route that's friendly towards the highway. So if we want to have some cargo coming in this way, connecting here, hopping on the highway here, and then going directly down this way to, say, something over here, that would make a lot of sense. So I'm just trying to basically, although I have all the cargo stuff in one location, I'm trying to have them all separated in terms of where they go. That way they all get equal use, because like I said, it's all about the fastest route. So if they're all going to the same place, then whichever one of these is closest to the whole boat route will be used, which is kind of useless. So people, you see this in the game a lot. People will make like, 2 or 3 cargo hubs in the same location and be like, why is only one of them being used? Well, it's because the fastest route is that one cargo hub because it's closest to wherever you're going. So if you have them all go to different locations, it definitely distributes the cargo much better, and it reduces traffic. So that's my final solution, at least for now. In this little downtown area, we're going to have obviously plenty more when it comes to cargo trains and all that stuff. But that was kind of like the biggest thing that I did off camera, was that that cargo fix. So now we have cargo coming in both from the highway, because it's still faster in some instances to have the cargo come straight from the highway, so that works in some cases. But then also we have about half of it coming from this side, and that actually reduced the traffic quite a bit in the downtown area. So you'll see there's still like a fair amount of traffic on the main avenue, which is obviously to be expected. It's like the main avenue of the entire city. But we also don't have any exits right now for the highway, so anybody trying to get over to this whole side has to go through the city first, which is pretty inefficient. So what we're gonna have is we're gonna have a nice little downtown section here, when we're gonna start building out this little casino area down this way. And when that happens, then we're gonna have some more traffic coming down the highway through this way, which will make a lot less traffic over here, which is gonna be awesome. But anyway, beyond that, I made a little list here because I have a couple different things that I've been trying to not do off camera, because I wanted to just I didn't want to just continue playing the game off camera and then have you guys miss a bunch of stuff. So I tried to do a lot of the the detailing, put some rocks in, all that stuff. But I have a lot of things I've been planning on doing for a while that we can now finally do. I did actually go ahead and just make this cool little beach area over here, though, that I like quite a bit. It's a nice little, I don't know, some little tents and things. We got I think this is like a zoo or a circus. Okay. I don't know, that'd be I don't know why I thought that was a zoo. Yeah, it's a circus. And a little beach front area over here. But I still need to do some work on this. Obviously, it's all without any foliage and stuff quite yet. But the downtown area is definitely shaping up. We've got some buildings that are still need to be upgraded to the fullest size, but that's all right for now. But one of the big things that I was working on before I stopped is a new train network. So right now we have, you can see all the stops right now if I go, well, you can already see them now. But for a metro, I decided to split up the lines a little bit. So I kind of got some comments that that were saying that if we had all the trains on this one line here, it was going to get pretty busy after a while. And I agree with that. That's a good, I didn't really think too much about that, but you're right. I think that having all of them on one line is too much, but having them kind of share lines is still totally reasonable. So what I decided to do here, it's kind of hard to see actually, but this is the original line here that goes straight down. I'll just get it off this weird tunnel tool. It goes straight down here and has a little split off, I think, right here. And this is going to come out this way and branch all the way down to this area. I'm probably going to have it split again and then have it go down to our, I guess, future casino resort area down this way. And then it should also go off in this direction. And then we have a second line that is actually separate entirely, so it can't even connect to or get onto these tracks. And it goes down this way. It's going to actually go straight out in this direction and then kind of come around here. And we have this little like parallel area over here where I have like stops that are parallel to each other, like right alongside this road. So you can hop off one, go across this little sky bridge thing, get on the other one, and no problem there. So both of these will probably go to different locations. I'll probably have this one go to the right here and then across down to more city stuff in the future. So the idea would be you could probably transfer pretty easily from one of these trains, hop off one of these stops here, get on this one, and then go down here to other parts of town. So that was the idea behind that, and we're probably going to go ahead and start putting lines down pretty soon here now that we're getting a bigger network going. But pretty much to take away from all this stuff, the only thing that's fully operational right now is this little node down here, actually minus the bus stop. We don't have any bus routes quite yet. We are missing still a few like branches from this interchange though, so this one's going to be an exit over here somewhere. These all need to go off to this part of town, and then I also have a new interchange that I built during the time lapse as well, and this one handles this little node over here, which is going to go pretty much entirely to this part of town, since this whole area is kind of covered by this one. And of course the cargo dock as well. So this is going to go off this way. This is just made, I actually was kind of proud of this one. This is pretty cool. It's basically like a split, and then it splits twice. So you can go to the right here, or like stay on it and then go around this little loop to go this way. Same thing on this side. And then we have these kind of forking pieces here as well. So we're kind of creating a new highway that's going to go off in this direction, and hopefully have a new entry point over on this side to kind of divert some of that traffic that's coming in from the city right now, because we have, like I said, everything going into the city first before it splits off to everywhere else, which is pretty inefficient, but surprisingly still working pretty well. Like, this is more traffic than we're ever going to see here, because right now it's all, you know, it's compensating for this stuff as well. So this is more than we're ever going to see, which is pretty awesome. I mean, we may get some more because of the buildings growing, but it shouldn't be too much more. So looking good on that so far. But this is the last interchange. We're going to have this one connecting over on this side as well. And then I think we'll probably be good on making interchanges for this area anyway. And then we'll probably have maybe one more over on this side to manage this part of town. And then we can just start expanding again, which is pretty awesome. But really what's happening right now is we're kind of at a standstill while I was doing all this building. What we haven't done yet is we need to fix some of the utilities. We definitely need to get some bus routes in here, and then that should give us some larger building types. Now, what I do want to do though is I want to limit the building size in a lot of these areas to no high rises. So I want to have a high rise ban. I think right now these are all at, yeah, they're all still not at the max level yet, but they could be at the max level, and I don't want them to be. I kind of want to have like a nice cityscape over here on this side, and then we're gonna have it fade out into something else over here. So why don't we go ahead and start doing some zoning then? It's probably not a bad idea. And I had a few names for these cities, and you know, I don't know. I know I want to call a city Delfino Plaza at some point. That was kind of like my my original intent. Because when I built this map, everyone in the chat kept saying it looked like Isle Delfino from Super Mario Sunshine, and it actually kind of does. If you look at the map for that game, it kind of looks like that a little bit. So and I really liked that game as a kid. That was like one of my favorite games. So I feel like it's a pretty worthy thing to name our city after. I don't know if I'll call this whole city Delfino Plaza. I don't know if that's really a good name for a city. I've got a couple like names in my head for things that aren't cities, but not really cities quite yet. So why don't you guys go ahead and leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about what we should name this city. Still kind of thinking about it. But I definitely need to get this thing zoned in. And I'm gonna go ahead and include a bit of this as well. I'm gonna say that this road right here is kind of like the defining point at this zone. Let me actually draw it on the road here. There we go. And I'm gonna actually bring it in this way then. Oops, didn't mean to do that though. Continue following this. I'm going to take it all the way down to here. Kind of arbitrary, I know, but trust me on this. It's necessary. Oops, that thinks it's its own thing. Hang on a minute. This is all supposed to be one zone. There we go. I see what happened there. Alright, let's get a bigger tool here. So this will all be the high-rise parts of the city. There we go. And I'll probably expand it off in this direction a bit later on. But for now, I think we're pretty good here. Awesome. And then maybe a bit down in this direction as well. And then we can start zoning something else over here. And this will be like the non-high-rise. And I'll probably have some skyscrapers over here as well along the coast when we make our little gambling area. In fact, why don't we cut this in another like arbitrary point somewhere? I think like right here. Have it come in like that. I just want it to kind of feel like a nice fade between the tall buildings and the shorter buildings over here. So yeah, that's good. That's good for now. Awesome. All right. I'm going to leave that whatever name it is. It's not a big deal for now. I just wanted to ban high-rises on the other zone. So let's go ahead and start doing that now. We'll make this zone. Try and do our best here to create a nice line. It doesn't really matter, but I kind of like, it's kind of satisfying to me to see the zones follow like roads and things. So that's good. I'll just keep on expanding this. Alright, awesome. And then again, these are all very temporary borders. We're going to have to do some expansion later on. But this one will have the high-rise ban. Awesome. City planning, high-rise ban. Awesome. Alright. That should be good. Okay, so we're actually missing quite a few pretty essential utilities here, especially fire over in this area. It's getting pretty bad. So why don't we throw down a little fire station over here somewhere. It's probably a good spot right there. Awesome. That should help out quite a bit. I think also it'd be pretty beneficial to have another police station somewhere. I don't really get why it's so easy to control crime in this game. Never really understood that. Like, it's really, really, really easy, honestly. Our crime rate's pretty low. We only have one police station, but I'll put this one down over here. Same side as the fire station then. Awesome. The prison is still... I don't even think it's operational right now, actually. Yeah, we're not even... I don't even know if it works or not right now. Prison vans and... Yeah. I'm pretty sure they can't even use this right now because it's not even connected back to the mainland yet. We'll have to get the city expanded down this way pretty soon here so we can start actually using the prison. I'm pretty sure that right now we don't have enough, or we have plenty of space in our current police station for all of our prisoners. Let me see though, I'm kind of curious. Okay, so it's actually filling up fairly fast, so I'll probably have to connect that pretty soon here. We'll have some problems, but as you can see already, all these people are starting to level up and stuff. But okay, so there's the police and the fire. That's covered. Medical, yeah. Another hospital would be nice. Probably over on this side, and probably. I actually kind of like the idea of it being over here somewhere, but it doesn't really fit very well. Is there a better place somewhere else? No? Honestly, maybe just like right back here next to the yeah. Let's see. Oh, we need death care too. I forgot about that. Okay. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and take advantage of the fact that we have extra space over here. Just throw down a hospital right about. Let's do it right here, just so we can have a nice little tree walkway area over here. Plop down some nice little cypress trees. Oh, these aren't even, well, whatever. Hang on. We got zones. Alright. Plop a few of these things down. Oh, we got so many short ones over here, though. Alright, that's alright. That's good. So there's that. Maybe some little bushes, too, right? I love this bush, by the way. This one's, like, really nice. But I gotta say, those rocks that I used in the time-lapse back there, those are, like, game changers, I think. I don't know. As soon as I discovered those, I mean, I think there's so much potential in custom objects in this game. Like, there's so many things we could be adding that probably will be added pretty soon here. Like rock packs, so you make, like, big cliffs and all this crazy stuff. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, honestly. It's really, really looking cool. It looks much better to have all those rocks. I'll show you in a minute once we get some flowers and stuff in here too, right? Get some orange ones. And there we go. That's pretty good. Okay. Anyway, getting a little distracted here. So, yeah, the rocks. The rocks. Well, first of all, they look pretty cool over here, I think. But the place that I really like them is over here by this. Like, look at how awesome these look. I don't know. Really cool addition to the game. I'm looking forward to the future of this game when we have just like an insane amount of custom objects. Like if you look at like SimCity 4, all the custom objects, the buildings and things in that game, it's insane what people make now. So definitely looking forward to what happens with this game in the future. Anyway, so I think then we should be pretty good on services, right? We got, oh yeah, we had death care still. Okay. So we have a few over here, but nothing on this side yet. How about we try, let's try and find some spots that are kind of just like wasted space. This is one of them. Ooh, this could be good. Next to the university over here. Yeah, that's a good spot. Put some nice trees in here instead. Oh, they're already there. Oh, I think I actually already made I had some trees down here and then I think I forgot to dezone it or something. That's why all this stuff came back. Delete that real quick and dezone everything real quick. Boom. Alright, cool. Get a few trees in here real quick. But you can already see all these upgrades going on here just from some simple death care. Also, I wanted to point out, you may have noticed that we have a pretty bad negative weekly income right now, and the reason for that is actually, oh, hang on, I wanted to get one more of these in here somewhere. Let's see, about here in that corner. All right, we're probably good for now. Maybe one more up here actually. Boom, there we go. We don't really need them, but it's proximity. It's just good for land value. Anyway, what I was trying to say. Wow, wait a minute. Are we getting high rises? What's going on here? Oh, these are level 4. Wow. Okay. I think these are custom actually. That's why we're seeing such tall level 4 buildings. But that's okay. It's fine, I guess. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, weekly income. Yeah, we have a pretty bad weekly income, and actually it's almost entirely due to the fact that we have an insane amount of electricity. I mean, we're consuming 200 megawatts. We're producing almost 2,000 megawatts. I have like a surplus of energy, and the reason for that is mostly because I wanted to have everything in one little location. I wanted to have all of our water and our sewage stuff taken care of like immediately right away. So I kind of went the extra mile just to like do this and not worry about it. So we're gonna be good for a long time on all this stuff, and it means that we're probably gonna be working for a while to get out of the red, but I'm not too concerned about that. It's gonna be fine. All right, we need some educated workers over here. Oh right, education. That's what we forgot. So elementary schools, high schools, university is all right. Actually, they're not there yet because this is all new buildings. So we definitely need some more elementary schools and high schools. Man, I'm really not used to the whole no middle school thing. Okay. So we need a elementary school in here somewhere. I've been putting them all people keep like giving me a hard time because I'm putting all the schools next to the highways, like on the cliff. I don't know. They're like, really convenient locations, I guess, but it is also a bit odd. I agree. So maybe we'll put it somewhere else. Let's see. I think next to the university would be kind of a reasonable place to have it. If you have like an elementary school right here, and the high school like right next to it, you know, that's pretty common. At least it is here in the States. I don't know about elsewhere. Okay, that was pretty close to the first one. Hang on, let's move this a little bit. Let's try somewhere up here instead. In fact, I'm gonna put this one on the hill here because it's a bit bigger, kind of fits better. So there's that. We'll do an elementary school next to it as well. We'll be just like right here is probably good. Awesome. I'm just gonna dezone this and put some nice trees in the back. That'll look nice. Maybe a few of the other tree types as well. There we go. Awesome. Cool. So those are, wow, we're getting some serious growth now. That's pretty good to see. All right. All right. Whoa. That must be custom. I've never seen the red variation of this building before. Okay, that's why. I was like, well, what the heck? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of this being a level 4. I might have to look at that. I wonder if that's I know that the names are randomly generated, but what are the odds of it generating the same name twice in a row? Adobe. That's kind of funny. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of this building, this custom building being level 4. I think it should be level 5. It's pretty tall. I might actually go in and remove this one from my Steam workshop, just so I don't get these tall buildings in our fade out zone, if you want to call it that. But these are all going to get pretty tall once they get to max level, or I guess they are at max level. Well, some of them are anyway. I think a lot of these are actually, oh, they're residential. Okay, well, we'll see. Anyway, so education. How are we on schools now? Looks like we're just about there, which is good. These are gonna all start getting more educated as we go, so that should be good. I think I actually accidentally dezoned this. Yeah. In fact, this should be this, and that's good. Okay, so schools are good. Looks like our police force is doing all right. Fire is good. Trash, okay, garbage collection is all right, is decent. The reason why it's so bad over here is they have to actually go all the way in. They have to take the exit to get to the main town, and then go from the main town all the way down this this big avenue, which is actually supplying, is basically handling the traffic for everybody that lives over here, which is kind of crazy. So once we get some exits, once we get some ways of entering the city by other means, and then I'll actually be, this one will be the same way. You can just like exit over here and then come out this way and go over here. So we're gonna have quite a few more options for people to be able to get over here much easier, and that should help with our garbage collection. But I want to have another module kind of like this, maybe down here on this side of the island pretty soon here. So we'll definitely be doing that, and that should help out quite a bit. But in the meantime, these guys are all right. We'll be fine. We have plenty of like we're producing what, 138, and wow, we have a huge capacity. In fact, I might actually remove one of these lines, just because we don't need that many in one location. It's much better to kind of spread them out a little bit so they get better coverage, but it's all right. But yeah, I think we covered managing the utilities, which is what I wanted to do for the most part. The next step here really is making bus routes, because that's what's going to really kick up the population here when we get some really high density stuff going on in the main part. And then on top of that, we also need to get some bus routes going. So maybe we should just go ahead and expand a bit first. now while we're at it. So maybe just kind of expand this way a little bit, and then actually, you know, we should go this way first. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and go this way a little bit, just so we can finally reach this road over here, and we can get the prison connected, which is currently not connected. Not good. I think I'm gonna, let's see. I think this road needs to start curving at some point, and I think that some point is now. Ooh, I got an idea. It should be perpendicular to this road, which I actually still haven't fixed after I was doing some experimenting. I was trying to figure out why this train route wasn't working earlier after that episode, and I think I just forgot to fix it afterwards. But let me go ahead and make a parallel road off of this. Oh yeah, I also got the American Roads mod. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I think it looks pretty cool. Just kind of changes the paint a little bit, makes it look a little more American, which I like. Alright, so we'll take this out to about here. Alright, that's good. And then we'll bring this up here. This is good. I like this. You can delete this now, by the way. Don't want to make a connection there. That'd be pretty bad. And we're probably going to need to have... in fact, it's not actually going to go this far down, but you'll see. You'll see. Hang on, let's pause it real quick. Get rid of these power lines. So we'll bring this up to about here. And actually, that's about right. Maybe one more set of 10 cells there. And then, how's that? We're a bit over on that one. I think that's perfect. Nice, it is. All right. Awesome. So I think what my plan was, anyway, I was thinking about having this area over here kind of come up a little bit off the ground. So I want it to be a non-sunken highway. And then maybe just become 2 6-lane avenues that are kind of split up a little bit with a little railway in the middle and some buildings or something. And then we can have like a direct connection to the city over here with, you know, obviously access to the highway still on this side. And I think I'm going to play around with it off camera for the next episode, because we are kind of at the end of the episode now anyway. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just play around with some ideas and see how we can get this to integrate with the rest of the city over here. But I do think having it kind of come up from this sunken highway thing just temporarily for this little straight stretch here would be beneficial. Possibly, you know, depending on how this all goes, we might actually be able to create enough of a delay to start having some trains coming in on this line as well. Because I did test this line and it totally does work. So it is a functioning railway. Someone said in my map download that it didn't work, and they probably just watched that episode, or maybe they tried it themselves and the same thing happened. It is connected. It does work totally fine to have trains come in this way. It just needs to be the fastest route, and a lot of the times it's not. So what I did is I tried just like making a little station like right here. I just like drew the line and connected it directly to here, and of course they started coming in really fast because this area has a pretty slow. I don't know. It takes a while to get the cargo down this way, because you have to go all the way into this little spaghetti of intersection and then come out and pop out over here somewhere and then go all the way down over there. So that was much faster. But anyway, I think that's the episode for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens with the rest of this area over here, and of course the expansion. Let me know down below if you have any ideas for names for the city, and really anything else. I'm trying to get some cool, unique names for this new region over here. Really not. I have a few ideas, but they're all for things that aren't actually like the big cities. So let me know what you think, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.